lift them up to you right now and give you all thanks, all praise and glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey guys, how are you today? We are back. We got some things going on. I have a visitor here in my home, and I have promised her something really good today. And she wants my greens, and she wants some fried pork chop, and she wants some sweet cornbread. So today I just thought I'd bring y'all along and y'all visit me in the kitchen. I prepped and did everything which you'll see on the video. And you may have seen on the video even before I came on. But I like to prep my things so that I won't be all day in the kitchen. And I hope that you'll come in and you'll enjoy what you see today, because I'm just full of I just feel good today, and I'm thanking God for that. I've already cleaned and prepared my greens, because I do this all the time. I buy greens all the time, bring them home, clean them, bag them, cut them up, bag them, because that's a process that I don't want to just do the same day. And like I said in most of my videos, I try to do things and make things easier on me. And that's just not even just on camera, that's off camera. When I'm not on camera and I'm preparing food for anybody, I do things ahead of time, because I don't want to be standing up. You know, we getting up in age, and I don't want to be standing up all day long doing stuff and being too tired to enjoy me. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to honor this young lady. I love her very much. She's part of my ministry, and this is what she asked me for, and this is the Lord has allowed me and blessed me to be able to do this. And so I just wanted you to come along. And so I've already got my meat boiling and prepped, and it's cooked, and I'm going to add my greens. I'm going to add my greens, and I'm going to add the vegetables to that, and we're gonna like cut that like it's on high now, but I'm gonna cut it down on medium low, and I'm gonna stir everything in there and let these greens and vegetables cook down before I add all of my dry ingredients to this. And so I guess we'll begin. So I need you to come along with me and be a part of this this day. And thank you for being here. And if you are here and you are new viewers tuning in, this is Lynn's Kitchen. These videos or channel is inspired by my mom, and I'll shout her name. She's no longer here with us, but Ethel Bennett. My mom inspired me in cooking and tasting and loving food. Now, yeah, I'm a fat kid, I'll say it. But it was inspired through my childhood memories of her in the kitchen cooking, and she was just in her element. And I just love seeing her element, and I love seeing the process of what she was doing, and I love sneaking around eating the process or tasting it, you know. And so that's why the channel was really formed. It was inspired through my mom and her love for cooking and her love for other people. And this was part of her ministry, sharing what she had with other people, you know. And it just was a delight to see her in her, as my husband says, element, because she really was. And so, yeah, you guys stay tuned. And another thing I would like to ask you too is when you're viewing into Lynn's channel, there's so many other cooking channels prior to this. Please, if you're tuning in and you're going to subscribe, do my channel, you know, connect with the channel, and then subscribe and give me your likes and your comments and everything, so that you'll know that you'll be getting my channel, because there's other channels out there similar to mine. So with that, let's come along in the kitchen with Lynn for a little bit. I'm not going to take up all of your day, okay? And I truly thank you. Come over here. I have a small kitchen, y'all. I never thought I was going to do a cooking channel, so I do the best I can do in my kitchen. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to put these greens in there. And they are frozen. They're going to cook down for me. Let them cook down up in this meat. There we go. Okay, my hands are clean. I do have my water. I always prep with my water, y'all. And it always have a little bleach in it. See how it cook down like that? I'm gonna put it in here until it just cook on down. Okay. And I know a lot of people, when they're cooking, they do them fresh. It's okay. I've learned to do things different. It doesn't change the course of how your greens turn out. But I just learned how to do things a little bit easier for me in prepping instead of trying to do everything the same day. That's just not. I'm gonna get some gloves on though, because I did cut myself last night, y'all. I was shocked because I usually don't, but every now and then. And so I did a boo-boo last night. So yes, for safety and cleanliness, even though my hands are clean, and I washed them beforehand, we still want to have a sanitary atmosphere here. So I will put my gloves on. I'm gonna have to use my gloves anyway because I don't want like I'm gonna be messing with salt and stuff like and different seasonings. And you know, fresh cuts. I don't even care if you have a Band-Aid on. Where there's liquid or because you know you sweat up underneath there too. So, and I have had my hand in water. I got on the Band-Aid that is water resistant, but still, some you know how it go. Da-da. Okay. And it'll help me break it up more. But yeah, I had this house smelling like, it was smelling so good. My husband thought he thought I was actually in here cooking, but nope, I had prepped my meat and everything. And the fragrances went through this house, and I cut up those vegetables, and oh, it was. And he came in here saying, "It smells so good." And I said, "Honey, it's just my meat for my greens." But he didn't care. Okay. So I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna put it on medium. I'm gonna let these cook down before I put the other vegetables in there. Okay. So we're gonna top this up and let them cook down a little bit. And then we're gonna come back to them, okay? And I want you guys to stay here with me. You know, I enjoy having you, and I truly appreciate you coming, being a part of Lynn's Kitchen. I just love family, and I have found that family can be more than just bloodline. It can be people who care about you outside of your bloodline. Don't you know God can give you a family that you never thought you could have if you're having, you know, if you think that your family reject you, or you think that, you know, you just don't get boundaries in your families, or things are happening where maybe you stop talking or whatever. Look, if you trust in the Lord, he always has somebody there for you. I got so many brothers and sisters and aunts. I said this again. God has given me a family, a family, a united family in more than one way. And I thank him so much that he will allow other people in your life, you know, that can be available for you for different things. And so I have a big family, and I'm so thankful to God. And I hope that you can find you a family too. Ask God to give you something. Think that, you know, and if you have no family, you know what? Reach out. You'll get family. You just have to trust and have faith. But anyway, rambling. I'm gonna get back to you. Now the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna let these, like I said, I'm gonna let these cook down a little bit. And so because I want to use the rest of these. And maybe I might not have to, but I'm gonna let them cook down as much as they possibly can and see if I can add some more greens to these. And after they do cook down, then I'm going to add the vegetables in there, and I'm going to let the vegetables go in the juices of the greens. And then I'm going to turn around, and the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my dry ingredients to that, and the greens will be finished. So while these are cooking in the meantime, we're going to get over here and we're going to clean and prep this meat and stuff, okay? So stay tuned. Don't leave me, okay? We're going right over here to do this meat. I'm using lemon juice to clean my meat. Wash it off, rather. Yeah. I'm sorry. I've seen some people take it right out the pack, but I can't do that. I have to do something. I have to wash it some kind of way. Yeah, that's just me, okay? My sink is clean. Oh, see that? Gotta get all that out of there. Like that. And I don't like the thick pork chops. And I do like my pork chops. I'm gonna put these over here because those are clean. I'm gonna rinse them off too, y'all. But I do like my pork chops. Kind of thin a little bit. I don't like them really thick. Anyway, yeah, I clean them. Like that stuff in there. So I did add the greens did cook down, so I did add more greens, and I'm gonna let them cook down and check on them periodically. And if they're down to where I need them to be, then I will go ahead and put the vegetables in there. Hopefully by the time I get these washed and cleaned and seasoned, then I can let these sit, for a little bit in their seasoning. And put some more in here. Rinse it again. Okay. Okay. Put that there. Pat my stuff dry a little. Get a little bit of water off of it. Okay. Put it in there. Yeah, you have to be careful with, pork. Any type of meat, really. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to. At least I don't. I know chicken. Chicken is one of the worst ones. So yeah, I clean and I do my chicken the same way. It has to be clean. I'm not taking it out of no packet, putting it on nothing, and it's not clean to rinse. It's not. Not. My mother didn't teach us that way, and we just don't do it that way. And I'm not barking at anybody else, but again, I do it the way my mom showed me how to do it. And I'm comfortable. That's my comfort, for me. And I'm not mad at anybody who don't do it, but this is what I do. Okay. Because I didn't want my meat. Down the drain you go. Off in the bleach you go. Okay. I'll throw that away. The smell of greens, y'all. Ooh, smell of vision. Smell of vision. Hey, y'all. We back. Rinse my spoon off. And I put the rest of them in here. Oh, yeah, look at that. But, yeah, they're down where I need them to be. And I ain't even got my ingredients in here, y'all. I ain't got it in here yet. But it's sure smelling good up in here. So, like I said, I'm going to take and put my cut up stuff in here. I do have to maybe cut up. I'm not going to cut up my garlic. I'm just going to get the garlic out the refrigerator. But I have my yellow, orange, and red, and I have my leeks in here and my green onions. I didn't run to the store for my green peppers. My green onions. But the leeks have an oniony taste to them as well as the onion itself. So we'll be okay. So I'm just gonna add those ingredients, a handful. I cut up one yellow bell pepper, one red bell pepper. I don't know if I'm gonna use it all in here. I just want to add it for some taste and some color. Put my onions off in here, y'all, because that's sure looking good. And we're gonna let this cook down, get the rest of my leeks. Here we go. We're gonna let that cook down. Okay, and I got it on medium light. So I'm gonna put the top back on there and let it do what it do. And we're gonna go over here and we're gonna season this chicken. Okay, meet me at the counter. All right, I just wanted y'all to see how it's looking so far, and this is how it's looking. So we're gonna let that simmer a little bit. I am gonna put a little bit of vinegar in here, a little bit of seasonings like with the pepper. And I gotta be cool because my husband likes nice, but he don't like it too hot. So I'm gonna let them like kind of cook down before I add. And I might, I might splash of vinegar in here, and then I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna do a splash of vinegar right now. My husband don't like a lot of vinegar, but it does break down. So I'm gonna put 2 caps of vinegar in here, so that it can go ahead and cook like it's supposed to cook. Get that in there like that, and let that cook according to how it needs to cook. And again, y'all, this is not a meal for this family. It's a meal for my friend. And I don't mind doing stuff like this when somebody asks me. And she gave me heads up ahead of time. And I said, okay, we'll do this. So that's what we're doing. So now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to top this back up and we're going to head over here to this pork chops. We're going to season that. And after I season my pork chops, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start putting my dry seasonings in here. I still have to put a little bit of garlic, but I'm not going to chop fresh garlic. I'm just going to do my bottled garlic in here. I will start adding the dry seasoning in this when we get finished, putting the seasons on the meat. And then after we do that, put the dry seasons in here, then I'm going to work on the cornbread. And by the time I finish with the cornbread, I should have had a little bit of seasoning in my meat. And we'll start on the meat last, okay? So bear with me, y'all. It's coming along beautifully. Thank you. All right, and here we are again. Okay, so here we go, y'all. I got my sassoon. Let me move this. That's my green season. That's from other stuff. We got black pepper. I got a little smoked paprika here. Of course, we got our garlic powder, and we have our onion powder here. And I'm going to try a little bit of this. This is called Mike's Seasoning. I went to their crawfish festival, and we had other vendors down there. And they are located, I think he said, they are located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi. And I can order this off of here, but it has no MSG in it, and it's gluten free, and it has 17 spices in it. But like I always say, I always try different spices and different things on my meats and things to see if I like them. And that's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Get in there and experiment. You don't have to use salt and pepper. There's so many spices and herbs out there that you can use in all of your recipes. So when I try to support, and so he did, man, the stuff that he had advertising, like when we went to taste this stuff, was so good. So I bought a packet from him. I got 2 dry rubs, kind of like they can go on any type of meat. These things can go in your vegetables or what have you. But I got 2 rubs, and I got 3 different type of marinades that I could use. And so I'm gonna try a little bit of this on my on my pork chops, along with all of the stuff that I've shown you. And of course, we're not going to we're not going to leave out my girlfriend, Miss Complete, because I got to have my complete. So all of the ingredients that I'm using on my meat, I'm going to put it in my flour also, okay? And so the reason why I did my meat like I did it, because I didn't want it, I wanted to saturate really good. I didn't want it to be too runny. So we're going to start off with our um, our complete seasoning. And I'm gonna saturate everything good, that everything is, that everything is saturated really good. So we're gonna put some of that on there. Eyeball it, that might have been a tablespoon right there. That might have been a teaspoon. Just eyeball it. This is garlic powder. Another teaspoon. I'm gonna use my Sazon. I love this stuff. Put that on there. That might have been a half a teaspoon. My man, maybe in a fourth of a spoon. I don't know. We got our smoked paprika here. Just add that for color, just to have a little smoke in the meat. Okay. We don't need a lot of pepper because I don't want my pork chops hot. But because I'm gonna add some. Okay. That might have been a fourth of a spoon too. And I'm gonna be good. Let me see and do my little spice here. My spice, let me see if it's open. So we're gonna put some of that on it. I'm finna sneeze, y'all. I'm finna sneeze. That might have been a half a. I'm finna sneeze. Ooh. Yeah, boy. Okay, so we're just gonna make this rubbed in. All of it. I should have put some dry mustard on there too, but I didn't. I think these will be enough because these are not real thick pork chops. They're kind of thin. I know some people really like them really thick. I don't really like the thick pork chops. Maybe that's me because, some restaurants that I have went to, they be so thick and tough. For me, everybody got their preference, y'all. That's what I want to do to it. I'm going to cover it like that so that the flavors can go in there. Yeah. It's all-purpose flour, y'all. Make sure I get enough in here. I'm going to have to cover make sure my pork chop's going to be covered. Don't be playing with it. Okay, I think that's enough. Might be too much. We shall see. Okay, so here we go. Use my seasonings in here again. Put a little bit of garlic salt in there. A little sesame flavoring in there. There's garlic powder. Onion powder. And we're going to use Mike's seasoning in there. I'm going to put a little paprika in there. Smoked paprika. Okay. And a little bit of pepper. Okay. Let me get a fork, y'all. I'm gonna check on them greens in a minute. And we gotta get it all mixed up in here, y'all. Even this smells good. My goodness. And it's messy. Y'all know flour. It's messy. But we're gonna get this all combined in there. Get them flavors going. Flavor. Let's see if I got it all up in there. I think I got it all up in there. Okay. I think for me, it's like I said, cooking for me is a ministry because you start out, especially if you don't know how to cook, and if you keep practicing, you grow. And it's the same way with knowing the Word of God, knowing your purpose. You can wish for it, but if you don't take the time to practice it and be involved in it all the time, you never grow. You just stay stagnant. And I never want to be stagnant. So, I mean, I don't say I grow in everything, but the things that you are supposed to grow in, those are the things that you like. Like you can't possibly have a restaurant if you're not there to put the work and the sweat, the hours and the time, the patience, all of the ups and downs that comes with it. It won't be a successful business if you don't put the effort into it. And then if you got people, it's like being a disciple. You know, you got people that you have to teach the method to and learn certain things, and make sure that you're learning the right things to have a successful business. You have to be constant in it, prayerful in it, and all the other things that it takes. In ministry is the same way. Following the Lord is not easy. It's hard, you know, and we're living in a world right now where we want everything easy. But the Bible tells us that to follow Christ, pick up your cross and follow Him. You got to separate yourself from a lot of things, and a lot of things we're going to walk into are not going to be easy. And I found out ministry is not easy. Life is not easy. And the TV and videos make it seem like, oh, it's so easy, and they make you dream these dreams. But in reality, it's nothing like what you see. The experiences are nothing like what you see on TV. When it's for real, it's for real. And you get dirty. And sometimes you don't know which way you're going to go. But if you are preparing yourself, you know, and you are earnestly desiring and doing what you need to do, then you'll be a success. Not perfect, but like business, you'll stay in business. Some people have ran business over decades, over centuries. I mean, over 40 years, 50, 75 years. Why? Because they got in there and got their hands dirty. They got in there and they sweated, they cried, they had doubts, but they didn't give up. They kept going. And cooking is the same way. Just because I burn up something don't mean I ain't gonna try it again. It helps me to understand what I didn't do the first time, or what I need to do the second time, third time, fourth, fifth, sixth times around. So I think this is pretty much mixed up. We're gonna set that aside. She can start doing what she has to do. Let's check on these greens, y'all. Oh, look at that. Okay. I'm gonna move this. I'll put this over and rinse those out because I'm gonna use those. Okay. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Got my meat in there. Okay, so we're gonna start adding in our stuff. I'm using this garlic right here. This is a teaspoon. Maybe I'll put 2 teaspoons. There we go. 2 teaspoons of that. Bring my ingredients over here. Put that up there. Okay. Now I'm going to eyeball it. Put pepper in here. I don't want it too hot. That's my onion powder. That could very well be a teaspoon of that. I don't know. Let me see. That was onion. Here go garlic. Let's see. Eyeball it. Teaspoon. Oh, and I use this, and I got something else too to use in my greens. I'm always testing, y'all. Don't be afraid. Now I went and bought this Fresh Success, and it's supposed to be greens and leek seasoning mix. So it's supposed to wake up your flavors, and it has no artificial colorings or preservatives in it. So we're gonna try this. Like I said, don't be afraid to test different, you know. Here we go. I'm gonna test this, and I'm gonna get got my little spoons out to see what stuff gonna taste like. So I'm gonna use this and put this in here. And who knows, this may be all I need to put in there. But I still have my green seasoning too. So I'm gonna try this first. Okay, get that all up in there. Get it all up in there. Here, but I have not gotten totally away from how my mom cooks. But I found different things to use that you guys use down here in Louisiana in Bossier. Uh, and I've liked a lot of things that I've tried because it's different. It doesn't take away from what my mother showed me. It's just adding or updating, you know, updating what I do in cooking. So I'm anxious, y'all. Let me let me see. Got my little tasting spoons over here. It looks so good. I just want to taste it. No double dip, y'all. See, I want to taste the juice because that'll let me know a lot. All right. Okay, that adds it. Let me put my green seasoning up in there. Now, I'm glad I can find this down here now, but when I first got down here, I didn't know where to go because my mother introduced this to us in Ohio. And so when I first got down here, I couldn't find any. So I had one of my sisters for my birthday. I asked her, I said, I've never asked you guys for anything for my birthday ever in life. But I'm down here with seasonings that I'm not familiar with, and I still got to have my greens. And so I said, y'all don't know how y'all going to do it, but y'all need to. I don't care if all of y'all band together, but send me enough green seasoning, and they also have the dried vegetable flakes also. And this comes from Spice Supreme. That's the company. But my mother started using this in her greens. It was all over for us. And see, look, and I'm going. Yeah, I don't sprinkle this in here now. I'm I'm heavy-handed with this because I love the taste of this. But I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Let me see. See? And more. The smell. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I'm put some of this in here. Add a little something in here. And let me get a little bit of my I'm gonna see if I could. Let me see let me see what kind of pepper I want to use. Yeah, because my husband said I can be a little heavy-handed, but this was the one that I created myself from my own garden. And Diddy. So I'm gonna be real careful with this. A little something here, a little something there. Yeah, just look. Maybe a few of them. That's how careful I have to be with that. Yeah. Now, if my friend wants a little bit more, because my husband wants to taste some too, although I'm making it for her, I gotta make sure he gets some too, because that's my man. Gotta do him right. So okay. Ooh-wee. Okay. Now I'm gonna taste this again. And I probably will knock off a little bit. I'm just not gonna put a lot, but and put this back. But to knock off some of the acidity in that, I will take a sprinkle, just sugar, and I put a little bit of sugar in there. I don't put a lot, just a little bit, just a little bit. That's what we work with, just a little bit. I don't like my stuff sugary. Get rid of that and put that in the sink. And we're gonna let some of this work in there. Okay. I'm gonna even turn this down more, but I'm gonna taste this again. I'm finna to taste it again, y'all, to be true to me. I want to see how it tastes. Again, I'm gonna get the liquid. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of my yeah, just a little bit more of that in there. And that should do her. That should get her done. Yeah. I'm gonna dump my spoon. I'm gonna go back in here after a little while. Now I'm gonna let the rest of this simmer on about 3. Okay, because I don't want stuff mushy. But yeah. Here we go. We're gonna test the waters. We're gonna test these waters out here. Let me get me in my little, I know this is the old-fashioned way. Let me see. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. So it's hot enough, y'all. Look at that. This is an old-fashioned way of doing it. When the bubbles rise up in it, it says it's ready. And then the old folks, they used to do it like that too. It's ready. I'm gonna put it over here on this pan right here. And see, I done made a mess with the flour already. But I'm just gonna smother my pork chops in the seasoned flour. Make sure it's all covered. And then we're gonna let it rest just a little bit over here on this pan before we put it in, okay? We're gonna let it do some resting. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take it and we're gonna put it off in there. Ooh, yeah, see that? You gotta be careful. I didn't want to get up my great big old, my frying pan because it just, I'm gonna let that cook till it brown. See how well it does. And I got it on medium, so I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit. Gloves off. I'm still keep an eye on these meat because it doesn't take long for it to. And I got to be careful because it's. Let me see. Let me put this off in here. Gotta wash that. Clean up my mess over here. And I'm gonna check the pork chop. So you gotta be careful because I don't want to cook. I want to cook evenly. I want it to be golden brown. I think it should take my pork chop for like 12 minutes, but let me give them a little, if it takes that long. I'm not gonna timer that. The next ones I put in, I think they're from about 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. Okay, let me get set up over here for the cornbread. Towel and kind of wipe up. Like that. Yeah. I said, they're not very big. Cut that up just a little bit. We're using 6 teaspoons of butter, melted butter. So I melted 6. It's a teaspoon, tablespoon. Let me see what it said. Tablespoons. I did use 6 tablespoons. So let's see. We're gonna add it here. Okay. And that's. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna put 1 egg. I'm gonna beat it. Put that down on the garbage disposal. Get my fork over here. Okay. Put my egg in there. Okay. I am so satisfied with my farm fresh eggs, y'all. I'm gonna pour this in. I'm gonna pour that in last. So it asks for a half a cup of milk. So here's my half a cup. I decided to use, it didn't say what type of milk, so I decided to use my heavy whipping cream, okay? Excuse me. Now let me take it, because it is thick. Kind of shake it up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to use a half a cup of this. Okay, then my half a cup, pour it off on there. And let that go over there. I'll put my top back on. If I don't think it's thick enough, y'all, you know what I'm going to do. So let me get this stirred up a little bit here. I'll put this butter in there. Okay, wait, y'all. I like that to be creamy, which I know I love my pet milk. Mm-hmm. Put a little pet milk in there, see what that's going to do. Here we go. Makes a difference. Okay. And then when we get finished, that's how she liked it. We're gonna add a little honey on the top of it after it cooks, you know. Okay, y'all. We're gonna add this in here and put this on in the oven. The oven is ready, and it says 20 to 30 minutes. So we got time. It'll be done probably before my pork chops be done. So we'll see. Okay. Put that off in there. Oh, let me cover it. Let me get my little spatula or something, a little spoon. There we go. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that was, but there we go. All righty, in the oven she goes, y'all. 20 to 30 minutes. Look at that. Isn't it nice and golden? Look at that. Well, y'all, I got my last piece in. And look at that golden. We got that done. Cornbread, 2 more minutes. And I'll have that out here on display. And this is the last piece. And so we got a couple of minutes for that. But yeah, let me check it. Just a little bit more. It's still dense in the middle. So, okay. I got one thing to tell my family about Mark, brother-in-law, Quincy. I wish I was here because I know y'all would be dipping and dabbling. But okay, I ain't trying to throw it in y'all face, but oh boy, don't that look good? Don't that look good? Okay, this is my last one that's in here, and we got a few more minutes. And let me check on my cornbread right now. We don't want her, Bob. It's time to come out. Come out. There her is. Yep. There her is. There her is. There her is. And so what we're gonna do with her right now, put some butter on the top of her. Oh, we're gonna let her sit. Yes, indeedy. There it go. Uh-huh. There we go, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They do this at the restaurants down here, y'all. Look at that. We're gonna add some flavor on her. Yes. Okay, that's all she wrote. That's good raw honey. Honey. So we're just waiting until this cook. I cut this down lower because it's a bigger piece of meat and I don't want it to burn. And once that happens, y'all, we are finished for today. We are finished for today. We enjoyed having you with us here in Lynn's Kitchen. Always, we want to smile. I'm sorry, we want to smile on you. We are grateful for you and we appreciate you in so many ways. And so, yeah. So if you like this video and it pleased you and you enjoyed it, share this video with someone. Please give me a like, give me comments, please. And also, you guys, again, if you come into my channel, click channel on Lynn's Kitchen so that you can get my videos because there's so many other videos out there. And I love those videos. I do, and I do go on and I click and I watch them too. But again, click on the channel of Lynn's Kitchen and you'll be able to get my videos. All right. And so we enjoyed you guys. We want you to come back. Please come back and join the family of Lynn's Kitchen. And as always, we love you. We thank you and we adore you. And so we want you to have a nice day and look for my next video to come out. Lynn's Kitchen. We're signing out. Mwah. Goodbye. We will see you later.